Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm your host, Scott. Defining discipline is a lifestyle, a mentality, and a brand. And within this podcast, we're going to focus on self improvement as you follow along with me on my journey. We will also hear from special guests of all walks of life on this podcast and their remarkable journeys that led them to where they are today. Today is day 87 of my journey. It is March 28th, 2021. At the beginning of the year, I challenged myself to run every single day this year, all outside, bearing the elements, whatever they may bring. I also challenged myself to run 1,250 miles within that time frame. This is only my second year running. The first year I was able to do 1,000 miles and I was able to run 180 days. So this is a 25% step up in miles and a 100% step up in the amount of days I'll be running this year. I also challenged myself to run my first ever 50K this year in June at Yankee Springs, Michigan. It's a trail race. I'm really looking forward to that, as well as my first officially ever timed marathon at the Detroit Free Press Marathon in October. That is an international marathon where it starts in Detroit. You go over the bridge into Windsor and come back through the tunnel into Detroit, and that's where you end. I'm really looking forward to both of these races this year. Other than that, today I kept it pretty easy. I didn't want to put too many miles in. I had planned on doing a big day today, but yesterday I went really hard. Got a personal record on my 5K. Nothing special, but so just a little tired today. I plan on doing 13. Talked myself out of it after just not getting much sleep. Being a new father now, today is 4 days into it, and have lost a lot of sleep, and it's definitely taken its toll. But I was able to pump out 3.6 today. That put me at 17.1 miles for the week. Finished really short this week. It is what it is. And that put me at 354.2 miles for the year. So I'm 895.8 away from my all-time goal, or the year goal. Every month, though, I realized I would have to average over 100 miles in order to hit my yearly goal. So I decided I would do a 100-mile challenge every month and raise money and awareness for different charities and fundraisers. We raised some money in January and February for two great charities, the American Cancer Society and the Detroit Black Community Food Security Network. Now currently in March, we have a fundraiser that is open until April 7th, and it is in honor of Women's History Month and in honor of National Reading Month, and that fundraiser is Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. You can find the link to donate to this fundraiser on the Defining Discipline Facebook and the Defining Discipline Instagram stories, as well as my personal Facebook and my personal Instagram story. The link will be attached in those stories. You just click on it. It'll take you to another page where you can donate. That would be another page on Facebook. So if it does, it should take you there. All donations go directly to the fundraiser, so you don't have to worry about Facebook taking a cut. And I know times are tough, so $5, whatever you can donate, it all goes to a good cause, and it goes a long way. So don't think that just because you can only donate a little amount that it doesn't help out. It does. But that being the case, I know that times are tough with COVID. So if you can't donate, that's fine. But if you can, at least please share this fundraiser so anyone that you may know that doesn't know me or does not follow the page can maybe see it, and we can raise more awareness and donations that way. So at least hit share for it. And like I said, this fundraiser will be going until April 7th, and then we will be closing it out. Other than that, got you guys caught up on all the miles and where we are at for the day, the week, the month, and the year. The month, I actually didn't catch you up on those miles. I am 114.4 miles for the month, so I did complete March's 100-mile challenge. It is in the books, done with, but we still are trying to raise more money for the fundraiser. That being said, let's get into today's episode 87. I told you I had planned on doing a bigger run today to try in order to hit my mileage that I wanted to for the week, which is it was normally 33, but I wanted to at least hit 25 this week. And after yesterday putting out the day I did, I left myself 13 for the day, and just not getting much sleep with the baby. I was only able to really pump out 3.6. I could have probably done a little bit more, but I had to force myself to just even do the 3.6. So that being said, for today's episode, with all that's going on in my life and everything with my mileage, I want to talk about the theme for today. Episode 87 is going to be transition. My life right now is in a transition where I'm trying to get used to one, losing sleep, because I realize I'm never going to get back the sleep that I had before. It'll never be like it was. There's no sleeping in and all of that like it was, and I'm actually kind of grateful and thankful for that. I definitely took it for granted, and I abused it. Any days I had off, like a normal person would, I slept in, sometimes too late. Any days I had off, I would sometimes I'd stay up super late. Now I'm kind of excited to transition into a life where I'm going to be dead tired, but I'm going to have to be getting up and getting breakfast ready for the family and all those kind of things. I'm really looking forward to, but I know it's going to be a huge challenge. And the transition itself of just getting used to being a new father and getting everything still situated around here and ready for the baby, as well as putting in the miles and getting these episodes done. It's been a huge transition, and like I said, today I had to make a transition and just say, I'm not going to be getting my miles I need to. I decided that even earlier in the week. I've talked about it before in previous episodes. I knew this day was going to come when she would get here and I would be stuck into changing my routine up and transitioning into a different way of getting things done. But I will be still having to get some big mile runs in and continue at a good steady pace of putting at least 25, trying to get 25 miles per weekend. Thankfully, I'm ahead of the game. Like I said, I wanted to be where I have a little bit of leniency where I can, fall back a little bit, but the goal is to still try to take this transition as well as possible, and then kind of, like I said, just turn it and kick it into full gear, hopefully in the summer. I'm really looking forward to talking about here at the end of the month when I do the month in review for March. I'm going to kind of talk about some new gear and stuff I got that I'm really excited about using in the summer, and just trying to get used to this transition, I guess, of just being a father and kind of juggling everything that's on my plate, with finishing the stuff that needs to get done around the house, taking care of the kid and helping out my wife. It's just, there's a lot that I am trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing and how I'm going to be getting it done. It's going to get done either way, but it's just, I guess, the process of how we're going to figure this out. Thankfully, the transition of losing sleep hasn't taken its toll too badly on me yet. I know a lot of you are thinking, including myself, well, it's only been 4 days. It's not that big, continue to give it time. But just knowing me and my temper and how I normally act with lack of sleep, just that difference, the transition from how I normally know I would act when people would wake me up from not getting enough sleep and stuff to how it is now. It's just it's a whole different ball game, and I'm really, like I said, I feel good about it. It's a different feeling when you're getting woken up to by your daughter, and you're looking at her, and all she wants is food. And I really feel bad for my wife currently, because it's really hard on her having to be the only one that I can get up and I can change the diaper and I can help out a lot, but I'm not the one that has to sit up for 45 minutes and throw my boob out there and uh, produce milk every 2 hours or whatever when the baby's crying. So it's a transition on her, and that's another thing that's kind of hard, and that's why I'm just trying to be as much help as possible. And it's kind of transitioned to my run schedule, like I've said. So I don't know, from here on out, the whole goal is to hit at least 25 miles. It was 33 miles to get ahead of it, and now I think the new transition goal I'm transitioning into is just the average of the 25 miles. I can pump out some 5Ks in, right around 25 minutes. The goal is to maybe just pump out those, like 3.5, 3.6 mile runs. Do those every single day, and then maybe on Sunday do a little bit of longer run, and then maybe early May, late April, maybe try to get a couple big runs in to get ready for the race in June. But other than that, guys, I don't want to keep you too much longer. I actually need to go out and try to get some food for dinner for us and try to focus on getting some stuff done, because tomorrow is actually we got to get up kind of early tomorrow, get the baby ready, and it's our first doctor's appointment with the baby, so all that fun jazz. Thank you guys so much for listening. I'm going to give you your daily discipline right now, which it is when things happen in your life. How are you going to transition when big things happen that are kind of life-changing? What is going to be your approach to that transition? Some people don't like to transition at all and try to fight it as long as possible. I think the best thing I'm going to try to do is embrace it. So I guess that is going to be my advice for you. Is your daily discipline is figure out something that needs to be changed, and figure out what you are in mid transition of, and try to embrace it and just evolve with it. Thank you guys so much for listening. This has been episode 87 of the Defining Discipline podcast. If you can, please give it a like, a share, a subscribe, a follow on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and whatever podcast platform you guys listen on. We'll be having guests here soon. Like I said, getting used to this transition, and going to be making some contacts and getting some things lined up when I get used to, when I fully transist into I can't even talk right now. When I fully transform and get everything into order of how it's going to be working, we'll be having guests. But I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. Like I said, I got a lot of things on my plate today. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 88 of the Defining Discipline podcast. I am your host, Scott. Make sure you guys stay disciplined. Get your daily discipline done for the day. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.